All right, so we're going to talk about the back squat. So when you're doing a back squat, the barbell will be on your back. You will hold the bar back here. All right, so you're going to want the bar about right at the top of your back, about right here. So you don't want it at your neck. You don't want it too low to where your shoulders or back, you may have some shoulder injuries. So we're going to place the bar right at the top of the back where it's about comfortable. So some people like it a little higher on the back. Some people may like it a little lower depending on their flexibility. But you want it right about the top of the back. All right. The lower you get, the more shoulder injury you may get. The higher you go, the more neck injury you may have. All right. So you want it right at the top of the back where it feels comfortable. All right. And we're going to start with shoulder. We're going to start our feet at shoulder width apart. You want your toes slightly turned out. You don't want them like this. You don't want them too far out, but you don't want them inside. And you can have them straight to slightly out depending on your hip flexibility. Okay? So once you are set and ready to lift your feet, we're going to grab the barbell. We're going to place it. And when you be in a rack, this will be a lot easier. We don't have a rack here, so get comfortable. So right when you get comfortable, now she's going to imagine that there's a rope tied around her hip right here. So when she goes down to squat, she is going to imagine that somebody is pulling that rope from behind and is going to push her hips back as she squats. All right, so she's going to demonstrate one. Go ahead, she's going to push back, legs go down parallel, you want to keep your head neutral with your neck. So you don't want to look up and you don't want to look down. You want it very neutral when you are going down in your squats. One more, pushing the rope back. Perfect. Grab the barbell, she'll rack it on the rack. All right, a common mistake with back squatting is not having that rope pull your hips back where your knees will get out over your toes. So it'll look like that. You do not want your knees over your toes. All right, you want to imagine that rope is pushing your knees back as you go down. All right. You also don't want to have too much forward lean to where the barbell will weigh you down and you're not balanced. Okay. So another mistake can be, again, where you are going down, but you're going down too fast and you're not controlling the weight. That can cause injuries in any part of your body when you're not controlling the weight. So we're going to demonstrate. Now what we're going to demonstrate is a progression into the back squat. So for beginners, you don't want to just throw a barbell on their back and make them squat it. Maybe they're not strong enough, they're not used to it. So the first thing we're going to talk about is just a basic body weight squat. So your athlete is going to place their arms out in front, and with the same feet, just wider and shoulder width, toes slightly turned out depending on flexibility. But again, you're going to imagine that rope is pushing those hips back as you go down. You want to get down to parallel and come back up. Keeping that neck neutral with your back. Again, that rope is going to pull her hips back, down, knees are not over her toes. She's going to come back up. Perfect. And once that form is good, we can progress into what we call goblet squats, where they will hold the dumbbell right under their chin, just adding some more weight to it. All right, and it's the same thing. You're going to push your hips back as you squat, and then your knees are not over the toes. That's good form. Squat back up. All right. Notice how when she goes down, her back is not rounded. It is nice and neutral, straight back. She can have a little bit more there. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so that is a progression, and once you get used to that, adding more weight, then we can start getting into throwing the barbell on the back, ready for that. So you can use the goblet squats or body weight squats when you're also injured. Let's say you have any upper body injury and you can't really grab the barbell and place it on your back. Maybe you have shoulder injury, a back injury, but you still need to work your legs. So you can do body weight squats or goblet squats depending on what your injury is. All right. If you have a leg injury, you can do one-legged squats where you're not using that leg. You can get up on top of a box and squat down, trying to get low, you can do what they call pistol squats, so the leg will go out in front and they go down and up. All right, but that is our back squat.